What did Jung So Min say about her ideal type? And why does Jung Hae In match it so perfectly? Was it just a coincidence, or something more? Her words seemed innocent at the time. But now, with growing chemistry between the two, fans are starting to wonder, did So Min unknowingly describe Jung Hae In all along? Welcome to Red Carpet Revealed. Let's take a closer look at the subtle clues and surprising connections that have everyone talking. Seoul, South Korea, on a crisp March afternoon in the heart of Gangnam. The set of Love Next Door was buzzing not just with the usual camera flashes and bustling crew members, but with an energy so palpable it seemed to ripple through the air. Whispers started among the staff, passed like secrets between rehearsals. They don't act like they're acting anymore. One assistant director reportedly muttered after a particularly intimate scene between Jung So Min and Jung Hae In ended, long after the director had called cut. But this isn't just about one scene, or even a series of them. This is about a slow-burning puzzle that's been forming behind the curtain, and it all traces back to a 5-year-old interview no one thought would resurface. The forgotten interview. In 2020, Jung So Min sat down with a local magazine, sipping tea in a sunlit cafe in Samcheong-dong. It was a light-hearted piece, mostly focused on fashion and future roles, until the interviewer asked a simple question. What's your ideal type? So Min laughed, then replied without hesitation. Someone who smiles gently, speaks carefully, and has a gaze that feels like he's listening even when he isn't speaking. Someone calm, but with something mysterious in his silence. At the time, it was poetic, perhaps even vague, but fast forward to 2025, and that description has suddenly become chillingly precise, almost like a prophecy written for one man only, Jung Hae In. A chemistry too perfect? Filming Love Next Door, set in the cozy yet tension-filled alleyways of Seoul's Yeonnam-dong district. Both actors had praised each other in press interviews. Hae In described So Min as a natural, someone you immediately feel comfortable around. She called him focused, thoughtful, and surprisingly funny. But fans saw more. A viral behind-the-scenes clip showed So Min visibly flustered when Hae In touched her hair to fix a strand during a break. Another showed them sharing a private laugh off camera, her hand lingering on his arm longer than scripted. What's raising eyebrows now is not just their closeness, but how eerily Jung Hae In fits every trait So Min once outlined. Even the media began to question it. One headline read, "Is Jung Hae In Jung So Min's ideal, or is he already something more?" The crew's silent observations. Sources from the drama's production team began leaking small details that painted a much bigger picture. He waits for her even when his scenes are done. She changes her lines slightly to keep scenes going with him longer. They often whisper between takes. We don't know what's being said. One costume designer even revealed. So Min asked for softer color palettes in her wardrobe, ones that match Hae In's tones. She said it helps with visual harmony. But we all knew what that meant. A twist behind the curtain. But just when fans were ready to ship them for real, something changed. A planned live interview featuring both actors was suddenly cancelled, citing schedule conflicts. But an insider claims the decision came after a heated argument between the two during an off-site script reading. According to the source, So Min left the venue in tears. The public knew nothing until the very next day. Jung Hae In posted a cryptic message on his Instagram story. Sometimes, what you're looking for is standing right in front of you, and you still miss it. No tags, no explanation. It disappeared in 24 hours, but not before fans screenshot every word. As of this writing, the pair continue filming the final episodes of Love Next Door, now with a slightly cooler tone in recent promotional appearances. They smile, they answer questions, but something unspoken lingers in their silence. When asked again last week in a press Q&A about her ideal type, So Min gave a slightly different answer. "I think your ideal type changes when you meet someone unexpected." She glanced at Jung Hae In when she said it. Just briefly, but long enough. But now, the conversation is shifting from fans to those who've seen it all up close, directors, stylists, and production staff who've worked with the pair and are finally starting to talk. And what they're saying changes everything. The director's confession: "I didn't have to direct them anymore. Renowned drama director Choi Sang-woo, who previously worked with both actors in separate productions, revealed in an exclusive phone interview. With most actors, you have to push for emotional depth. With them, I had to pull back. I kept thinking, this isn't acting anymore. Their dynamic felt intimate, even when the cameras weren't rolling. Director Choi admitted he was offered to direct Love Next Door but turned it down due to scheduling conflicts. Still, after watching several episodes, he said one scene in particular caught his attention. There was a moment in episode 6, he holds her wrist. Then lets go slowly. It's just a second too long. That kind of pause is real. You can't fake that. The stylist's secret, she started choosing outfits based on his colors. A senior stylist who worked with Jung So Min on multiple magazine shoots dropped an unexpected detail during a backstage conversation at a recent fashion event. Before working with Jung Hae In, she always chose bold or playful tones. But around the time they started filming together, she requested softer, more neutral palettes, especially dusty blues and grays, which happened to match Jung Hae In's signature wardrobe style. The stylist added, she once said, I just think we look more balanced on screen this way. But I've worked in this industry long enough to know, balance isn't what she was going for. Makeup artist speaks. They whisper things no one else can hear. Another revealing account came from a makeup artist on the set of Love Next Door, who asked to remain anonymous. During a tense late-night shoot, she witnessed something subtle, but unforgettable. He leaned over to fix a strand of hair on her face, then whispered something to her. She laughed, not like a polite co-star giggle, but like someone who forgot the cameras were there. It was intimate, and not part of the scene. The makeup artist continued, we're trained not to interfere. But everyone saw it. The air changed. A producer's perspective. They arrive separately, but always leave together. A mid-level producer for the drama's PR team, speaking off the record, dropped the most eyebrow-raising line of all. They're careful. They never show up in the same car. But when the shoot ends, they disappear quietly, minutes apart, but somehow end up in the same direction. Always. The producer also revealed that the team had to cancel one behind-the-scenes livestream due to emotional tension between the two leads. When asked if it was a fight or something else, the answer was chillingly vague. Let's just say it wasn't part of the script. And it wasn't safe for fans to see. The final puzzle piece. An old director connects the dots. Perhaps the most shocking revelation came from a former director of Smile in Spring, a little-known drama from 2018 where Jung So Min and Jung Hae In had brief overlapping scenes. According to him, I remember thinking, even then, that they had something. At the time it didn't go anywhere. But maybe now, maybe it's just resurfacing. In the glittering, carefully curated world of Korean entertainment, off-screen relationships are often denied, downplayed, or kept in the shadows. But what happens when those who see everything up close begin to share what they've been holding back? From directors to stylists, the quiet consensus is growing louder. Something more than acting is happening between Jung So Min and Jung Hae In. And while the official narrative remains one of professionalism and friendship, the cracks are beginning to show. This isn't just fan fiction anymore. This is the kind of chemistry you can't write, and can't hide, even when the cameras stop rolling.